Hello and welcome to my art spa. My name is Anna and today I'm going to show you how to make unique and fresh focal points using an old magazine. Are you tired of using the same old stamps over and over? Are your projects always looking the same with the same flowers or mushrooms or butterflies? Right, so all you need is an old magazine and a little bit of creativity here. I'm going to show you how I'm going to make Oprah into two unique paper dolls to decorate my project. And here's how we do it. First, I went through the magazine and I select the faces I wanted. So I'm choosing Oprah. This is a magazine from October 1998, the year and month I moved to the United States. So it was really a special found, and I got it here in Brazil at a thrift store. It's an American Vogue, so I went ahead and I selected the pages I wanted. I picked the heads. I select a couple bodies that I thought would be appropriate, and keep in mind that when I make my paper dolls, I like the bodies to be disproportional in size. So I picked really big heads, tiny bodies. This perfume bottle here we can use to make hats and hair. You can think outside the box. This was an article about Van Gogh, so I figure I can use that as a background. It's a beautiful Van Gogh garden, so that's gonna be our background. And eyes, I will be modifying Oprah's eyes, and I try to find eyes that are kind of like in the same angle as the faces I chose and slightly bigger. So I think this is going to work best with that one. We'll see. As we start cutting, we'll start figuring out what goes back well together. So let's move on to the first step. Here I already roughly cut the heads. I took out the heads of Oprah, and now I'm going to do the fussy cutting around. You are going to have to, you don't have to be too careful with this. You can cut in a little bit to get rid of all the hair, and I'm getting rid of the little bit of the word Vogue that was on her forehead. And I'm going to just fussy cut around her head, removing some of her face and definitely removing a lot of her neck because her body is super small, so we're going to have to adjust neck size. And there you have it. Uh, don't be afraid if you cut too much, that's okay. Those little Frankensteins always turn out cute. It's really hard to mess them up. So don't be scared. Just go and cut around as much as you think you need. And again, because they're collage dolls, you can always, if you cut something off by mistake, once you're putting them down on your project, you can always glue things back together. So now I'll be fussy cutting this other head, and I'm going around the earring. I'm going to use that earring. Sometimes I change earrings, but I like this one. So yep, let me give you some ocean waves as you watching me doing this. Pay attention to the details. Oh, one quick note, because I was making these paper dolls once with some friends. They're not crafters, and I noticed they are struggling moving the scissor around to fussy cut. Well, if you are a paper crafter like me, you already know how to do this, but just in case some of you are new to this hobby, you move the head, not the scissors. Notice how I move the head back and forth? Yeah, it's much easier to cut around like this, and you don't get tired. Your arm doesn't get tired. So now that I have the heads, I'm going to cut a little more here and there, and shortly we'll be moving on to the next step. Step 2, the eyes. I like to just cut the eyes and get a little bit of the nose line, but I'll cut rectangles and then I'll try to fit the best on their faces. I'll play around to see which one will work best, and that's it. Simple as that. Notice they are slightly bigger than the head. Doesn't have to be, but I like it this way. It looks a little more like interesting. Step number 3, bodies. You saw the bodies I selected. Now I'm just gonna fussy cut around the bodies. And again, at this time, you can make little adjustments. I'm making the skirt a little shorter because after all, I need this doll to fit on my journal. And when I'm to cut around, I'm gonna cut her hand off because it was gonna be too hard to work with that hand. I'm also gonna cut the arm to get rid of the black triangle because in this case you see the arm, the way she's placing her arm on her waist. I'm gonna cut right through the arm, and later on once I glue my project down, I'm gonna fix that. Nobody is gonna ever know that I cut the arm through. Now it's time to make your doll shine. So I picked this perfume bottle because I saw potential there. I'm gonna make a hair for one of the dolls, a hat for the other dolls, and with the little blue lid from the bottle, I'm gonna make a fan for the one with the black dress because after all I cut off her hand because it was really a weird placement of hand with the hands of the guys on the picture. So yeah, at first I looked to see if it was going to work as a hat, but it was way too small. So I figured why not to make a fan, and that will fix her hand issue. I will be folding that. I forgot what it's called when you fold back and forth, accordion folding, to make it look more like a fan. And yeah, now it's time to play. Now I'm gonna accessorize the dolls. I'm gonna enhance her features. Just keep watching and enjoying the ocean waves as I make my dolls really pretty and fancy and fun. guys, the details are gonna make it or break it. Here I wanted to show you again the perfume bottle, how I transformed them into hair, and how highlighting the dolls, outlining the dolls, it makes a huge difference. So take the time to add details to your paper dolls. And I like to add a quote. So I went back in the magazine, and I, again, just like my dolls, I cut different words out of different advertisement, and I created a sentence there, a quote saying two wonderfully different operas, both dazzling. The name Oprah was in singular, so I went ahead and found an S. You know how it goes. You just have to paste things together. And don't forget to also outline the boxes with the words to make them pop. And yeah, that's it. I hope I inspire you to create something beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.